The crazy man kicked open the safety fence on the 34th floor. Then he used all his strength to pull open a gap. Without hesitation, he bent down and crawled out. He was now hundreds of meters above the ground. When his feet landed on the railing of the 33rd floor, he finally took his first step toward escape. Every step was careful. He was terrified of another accident. Normally, the climb would take just over 1 minute, but it took him over 10 minutes to move down one floor. The hardest part was the gap between the 34th and 32nd floors. When his feet slipped for a second, he was frozen with fear. He used all his strength to climb, and when his right leg finally hooked onto the wall, he felt safe again. He thought about climbing back up, but then decided to keep going down. Once steady, he pulled the belt from his waist, looped it around his neck, and began to lower himself slowly. At the bottom of the 32nd floor's railing, he tied the belt to a steel pipe. Then he let his right foot leave the wall. Then his left. His whole body disappeared from sight. He now hung in midair. His legs swung back and forth, trying to touch the safety ledge below. When he let go of the belt, he landed and held onto the wall. But the danger wasn't over. The 31st floor had no balcony. To reach the inside, he had to move along the narrow ledge step by step. As he reached the corner, he lost his balance and nearly fell. He calmed down, took a breath, and moved again. Now he was even more cautious than before. At last, he reached the end. He grabbed the wall, jumped forward, and landed safely. He tried to open the balcony door, but it was locked. He almost broke down. He kicked the glass again and again, until it finally shattered. He entered the room and ran to the door. Luckily, the door on that floor was not locked. The man finally escaped. He slowly walked down the stairs. The stress in 6 days without food or water left him completely weak. When he walked out of the building, he fainted. Later at the hospital, his girlfriend came to visit. The man looked at her with love in his eyes. But when he touched the wedding bracelet on her hand, he knew it was already too late. He had been trapped on the 35th floor because she wanted an apartment. He bought the place but never got to tell her. He was locked in the unit for 6 days. No one else lived in the building. No food, no water. If he didn't escape, death was the only thing waiting.